everyone, welcome to this evening update. I hope you have been enjoying your Monday. This is the start of the work week. So we're going to be delving into what is happening across the Atlantic this evening. So not a huge change compared to this morning. However, the third tropical wave of the season has formed. So it is just off the African coast, and we can definitely see some convection in association with it. Tropical wave number 2 is getting closer to northeastern South America. We can see all of that activity out there. Northern South America itself is quite active, just as I forecast in my update earlier today. Similar thing for the vicinity of Panama and Costa Rica. And then in the Caribbean, there's tropical wave number 1. Let's zoom into the region. Here we're seeing all this activity associated with it. And this is a change compared to this morning because, it was pretty much vacant of significant convection, but as the day goes on, with the daytime heating and the increased atmospheric instability, we are seeing more activity today. So for Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands as well, there are some thunderstorms and even periods of heavy rain around, and especially those hillier areas, that is where that flash flood potential really is. So that is going to be a possibility as we head throughout the rest of today. And even in parts of Jamaica, look at all those white dots. They're indicating light and strikes, suggesting that hey, there are quite a bit of thunderstorms in parts of the island as well as some heavy downpours. So that is going on. A few spots in eastern Cuba as well. And for the Bahamas, specifically Andros Island, we see that there has been some thunderstorm activity popping up. But for most of Central America, the Cayman Islands, there hasn't been much going on. It's been a rather sunny day and a bit breezy in some areas as well. Lesser Antilles is kind of in the clear for now, since tropical wave number 1 is moving further to the west. Things are probably drying up a bit now for those areas which experienced that flooding or inundation yesterday. And for the ABC Islands, unfortunately, much rain not in the area at all. But again, we've got 2 more tropical waves coming in, and they're going to be more and more robust as time goes by, meaning they're going to contain more activity and definitely dump more rain. And eventually we'll have a couple of them developing into tropical cyclones once conditions are conducive. So usually at this time of year, conditions are not highly favorable for development. Hence, we don't see much happening, and these aren't marked because looking at what the National Hurricane Center has for this afternoon, tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 7 days. So it's going to be quiet for now, and hurricane season starts at the end of this week. But that doesn't mean it's going to be very, very quiet this year. It doesn't mean we're not going to see anything significant. This is typical stuff. But preseason development has been a lot more common in recent years. And there was a 7-year streak, as a matter of fact. But for right now, there isn't anything. There hasn't been any development. However, the tropical waves are kind of the focus for right now. We're looking at the rainfall forecast for the next 5 days. So this goes through Friday evening, and this is from Euro. So the more color we're seeing indicates more rain, more downpours, and some of the heaviest rain in the area during the next 5 days is forecast to be for parts of northern South America and in the southwest Caribbean, especially towards the coast of Nicaragua. So that is what Euro is showing. We're seeing color around for many areas, but when those purples and those pinks really start kicking in, we're going to those higher rainfall amounts, over 3 inches, 4 inches of rain. The GFS model is a little bit more aggressive with the totals, however, showing that the heaviest rain is likely to remain offshore to the southwest of Jamaica. We can see that bluish, grayish shading right there, probably up to 10 inches of rain in accumulation over the course of the next 5 days. So that is what the GFS model is showing. Now, this is a look at the surface chart, and we can see where our 3 tropical waves are located. We've got our first one in the Caribbean, wave number 2 offshore South America headed west, and wave number 3 recently emerged from Africa. And these are the first 3 of probably 60 or so tropical waves that may develop throughout the hurricane season. So on average, 55 to 60 tropical waves emerge from Africa. And the average number of storms that develop during the hurricane season is around 14. However, again, this year is likely to be very active. NOAA is giving it an 85% chance of above average activity, which I think is highly likely. We could see up to 20 named storms, even more than that this year, but that does not guarantee that you will be hit or this person is going to be hit this year. We don't know. We're just going to take it one day, 1 week at a time. And of course, I'm here to keep you posted on all that is going on. So again, tropical wave number 1 is producing more activity this afternoon compared to this morning. And there could be some instances of flash flooding in parts of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and even Hispaniola. As all that moisture remains in the area, there's some thunderstorms popping up elsewhere, such as in Jamaica, parts of northern South America, southern Central America as well, toward Panama. And so I will be keeping you guys posted. And that is it for this evening. Just wanted to bring you guys a brief update on what's happening. And I hope you found this video to be informative. But if you have any questions, as usual, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.